All right. Hello, hello. I am Aviancer, and tonight is a wonderful night to go on another point-and-click adventure. This time we are going adventuring in Deathgate, which in fact is a game published by Legend Entertainment in 1995. So this is probably one of the later adventure games that I've played, at least as far as the 486 goes on stream. Yeah, this is basically book. This is basically based loosely on a book written by Tracy, Hickman, and Margaret Weiss, who also authored very popular, like a lot of books in the very popular series back in the day, Dragonlance. It should be quite a nice ride. Great to see you, AZ. Egrets, thank you very much for the sub. Hello, bird friend. 31 months. Holy heck. Those numbers just keep racking up. Wow. Great to see you, Nene. Apparently, Egrets has recovered from his peanut overdose, but only briefly. I appreciate the dedication to enjoy the peanuts. Good to see you, Rogue. Heck yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. Let's start on our adventure. Oi! Thank you so much, Wing Zero, as well. Hi, Patryn! Nice. 18 months. Very much appreciate the sub. Woohoo! How you been, Wing Zero? It's been a little bit. Haruki, you showed your mom me and Nene's Apache night flight video. Oh, she thought it was exciting and had good music. Oh, that's really nice to hear. That's awesome. Heck yeah. That's some good feedback. Yeah, from an unexpected source as well. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm gonna get us running, and we can figure out if we are, in fact, well, I can be your patron or your Sartan, as it may be, and we will figure out whichever we will be. Do not skip anything, please, and actually sing, yes, yes, we got there! Beautiful. Up next, only grayscale.
Know why we've come here.
Well, these people at least are very grayscale.
Patrons have pushed us into a corner.
Huzzah!
Their magic has grown too powerful to hold in check.
Success! Very good to see you, Raikuda.
Are stealing the worship of our own followers. We must do something before they marshal their forces, before they destroy us and all we stand
How are
for.
you?
We've come to the vortex to destroy the world.
Yes, let's start off with a little bit of apocalypse. We've already had some on the stream itself.
Life will be better after the sundering. Our followers will live on in the new worlds of air, fire, stone, and water. Our enemies will be trapped in the labyrinth to contemplate their dark ways. And we will guide the new order into the future. Help me, my friends. Let us summon the world's seal and begin the process of healing.
I suppose they're about to become the Sartan, rather than they are already Sartan. They're trapping, basically, their enemies in the labyrinth, which is going to be very important further down the line.
This seal ties together all of Earth's elements. As we sunder it, so do we sunder the world. Thus we begin a new age.
Yeah, they're not great people, Nene, so their outfits are appropriate. Seals are cute animals. You wonder if the world seal is cute too? Yeah. I think it is very, very cute. And the world has been sundered into its base elements. Fibre. Ah, this is even available in SVGA. Such high-end features in this game. Just a little apocalypse for a treat. You can have a little bit of apocalypse for a treat. That's right, Nene. Egg. This is 100% legit seal speak. Trace the fish? Yes, Rogue. Hey, look, it's definitely not Fizzban. Yeah, it's the other guy. Ah, Haplo. Angry elves. It's kind of interesting that we're having all the cast beforehand. Ah, Zifnab. Yes, there we go. That's right. That's him. That's the guy. The music's a bit loud. All right.
The Sartan Council sundered the world into 5.
Thank you for letting me know.
One of them was a nightmarish prison called the Labyrinth, and into it was banished the entire Patryn race, your ancestors. This is the place you've always called home, and all you've ever wanted is escape. Your name is Haplo, and you are a Patryn. Lord Tsar, the most powerful patron sorcerer of his generation, broke through the Labyrinth's final gate. In doing so, he paved the way for others to follow. The path was still difficult, but not impossible. Your travels led you to the final gate, where the combined forces of the Labyrinth waited to turn you away. The fight was hopeless. Alone you never would have survived. But then Lord Tsar appeared, and with his help you were able to rout the dark monsters of the Labyrinth. What followed is hazy. You remember stumbling out of the final gate, but then you collapsed on the ground, and Lord Tsar's concerned face faded to darkness as you lost consciousness.
All right. So we've had a bit of a rough start. The world got sundered and we got banished into a labyrinth. We went through all kinds of harrowing ordeals to survive, only to survive from one day to another, and to eventually claw our way out from the labyrinth, breaking the last seal. Well, the last gate at any rate. Somebody else broke the seals, I suppose. That wasn't us. There we go. I think I have a pen that I can use. Xar is a good guy. At least they help us out. So this is what it's like outside the labyrinth. The Sartan built some magnificent surroundings for themselves. And yeah, we have been let loose to explore the world. Why does the dead dwarf have a voice actor? You will find out, Nene. Okay, my audio tuning is a little bit wonky, but I can fix it. Alright, hopefully that's more or less appropriate volume now. Do we not discriminate against the living impaired? Yes, that's right. I agree if I could. Right, Let's have a chat. Do we have the option to talk? I'm sure we do. Can look. Ah, I think we just click on things in this game to interact with them. What's the next seal piece here as well? Let's see if we can talk to... Ah, yes, talk to Czar.
Ah, Haplo. Do you feel well enough to talk, my son? I was worried. You took some serious wounds in your dash for the final gate. It was all I could do to repair your heart wound and heal you. The few weeks since you escaped the labyrinth should have been enough time to recover, but we don't want to rush it.
Yeah, I think we're feeling a lot better now.
I know you have a lot of questions. I'll do my best to answer them, but first I'd like to give you some history. You've spent your life trying to escape the labyrinth and hating the Sartan who consigned our race there. But you don't really know the full story. Even I didn't know everything when I escaped, but I learned quickly.
Ah, you can learn things from books. It's one of the lessons here, clearly. Oh, I hope you can shake the migraine, Nene. Thank you for dropping in, and I hope you feel better soon.
You see this city around us? The Sartan made this. They made it for us, if you can believe it, for when we emerged from the labyrinth, we were supposed to be docile, rehabilitated, brainwashed. Instead, we hate our Sartan.
I feel like this backfired pretty badly for the Sartan. Expose the people to horrors for eons, then see how happy they are when they get out there.
There are libraries here stocked with books. Since my escape, I've been studying them. They tell me much, but not all. There are mysteries I cannot explain, but I will tell you everything I've learned. 2,000 years ago, our Patryn ancestors warred with the Sartan. We were winning. It was only a matter of time until we defeated the evil sorcerers, took our rightful place as leaders of the world, and freed the other races from their slavery to the Sartan. In desperation, a Sartan named Sama hatched a fiendish plan. He intended to sunder the world into 5 realms. 4 of these realms would be homes to the mensch races, elves, humans, and dwarves. The 5th is here, the Labyrinth. It was supposed to serve as a prison for our race.
And so it did, for a time. Learn things from a book? Preposterous. No, I recommend books for everybody. They're great.
They created a magic artifact called the World Seal. With it, they succeeded in sundering the world. Our ancestors were trapped in the labyrinth, and the rest of the world was broken into the other 4 realms. They planned to lord over the realms and administer the labyrinth as we were rehabilitated. But something happened. They just disappeared, and with them, all of their good intentions.
Left us alone to contend with the labyrinth.
Without the guidance of the Sartan, the labyrinth became a slaughterhouse. Its magic made it aware, intelligent, and it wanted our blood. Life was a living hell for our people. But instead of breaking us as the Sartan wanted, the labyrinth has made us stronger. Many of us have escaped, despite the labyrinth's best efforts. I go back in every day to aid others in their...
He's a pretty cool guy.
I only needed to take you a few hundred feet. You even demanded that you cross the final gate on your own.
That's
without any
Haplo,
help
right?
Before you passed out.
Fiercely independent.
Now, my son, I need you. Since my escape, I have been devising a plan to restore our people to our once glorious position. It is our birthright. To this end, you must carry out a very special mission for me. I need you to go into these realms. You'll not only be gathering information, but searching for the seal itself. With it in hand, I plan to reform the world from the broken pieces that the Sartan left us.
Reunite the world, you say?
But here I've been dominating the conversation. You must be very confused. I'm sure you have many questions for me. I'll detail my plan later.
Red asking, is that Tony J? Megabyte from Reboot? I don't know. It's possible that there's the same voice actor. I wasn't looking quite that closely. We will get to meet the seal, that's right. We will perhaps even pet the seal. There's no other way. Must find the seal. Oh boy. Well, here we go into the depths of the Punnyverse again. We did have the voice actors earlier on listed, but I'm sure somebody can do a quick check on that.
How exactly did the Sartan sunder the world?
The Sartan commanded their dwarven slaves to forge an artifact called the World Seal. It consisted of 5 metal hexagons, each inscribed with a rune, a symbol, which represented one of the 5 realms. They broke the seal apart, and as they did, the world broke apart as well. It was sundered into the 5 realms.
That's very
and
symbological.
Each seal piece went into the realm that it named. As you see above my head, the seal piece that names the Nexus is here.
Yeah, we could learn about the other realms.
Tell me about the other realms.
Certainly, my son. The Sartan sundered the world into 5 realms. They based 4 of them on the elements: air, fire, stone, and water. The 5th, of course, is the Labyrinth. They are all separated by large distances, too far to travel in a lifetime. That's why the Sartan created the Death Gate. Through it, people can travel from one realm to any other.
Okay, so this is the purpose of the Death Gate. Alright, let's find out about the Realm of Air.
Can you tell me about the realm of air?
The books here are rather sketchy about the realms, but of all of them, the world of air, or Arianos as the Sartan named it, is the one I'm most familiar with. It's made up of many separate continents which
That
float
sounds
in the
kinda neat.
air.
As the star pulls out a map of the floating continents, each labeled with a strange word, which you assume is its name. The distinctive shapes of the islands stick in your mind.
The lower continents are populated by the dwarves. Those islands are plagued with almost continuous electrical storms. The higher continents, with much better weather, are homes to the humans and elves. Perhaps it indicates a pecking order in the match. Who knows? The books don't say much.
That would be down to the Sartans' endeavors, I suppose, again. I certainly don't think that there is any kind of a natural pecking order there to establish in any way. Alright, let's learn about the Realm of Fire.
Tell me about the realm of fire.
The realm of fire, or Pryan, is a hollow world. Instead of living on the outside of the sphere, as we did on the original world, they live on the inside, along the inner curvature. At the center, 4 powerful suns throw their heat and light upon the ground. I believe it is the largest of the realms, but I know little else about it.
It's a little bit like a megastructure, just surrounding the suns. It's a pretty cool world in general, like that was established in these books.
What do you know about the realm of stone?
Abarak, Realm of Stone, is not much more than a rock hanging in space. It's full of warrens, tunnels, and lava tubes. From the sketchy notes I read about it, it sounds perfectly horrible. Definitely the worst place to live of all the realms.
Oh dear.
Can you tell me anything about the realm of water?
Chalestra is the realm of water, and in fact it is a ball of water. At its heart is a sea sun which warms and lights the interior.
Sea sun?
The exterior is completely
Sandy?
frozen, exposed as it is to the cold of space. Sea moons orbit the sea sun. They are hollow, living creatures which draw energy from the sun. Inside, the Sartan built cities to house not only the Mensch, but themselves. I believe that they intended to finally live there to administrate over all of the realms.
Also, to be safe here, I I believe the reason why they are using the word mensch is just people, basically, rather than having anything to do with, you know, the rather less desirable Nazis and whatnot. Is definitely not the line of things that we're going for here. So basically, like it's a commonality term for all the non-magical races, I think, more or less. Like the Patryn and the Sartan are like very innately gifted in magic. I forget if the other races were or not. This is Sartan. Just kick somebody off the edge, eh?
Have you learned anything about the labyrinth?
Like I explained, the labyrinth was supposed to rehabilitate our entire race. With the Sartan in control, the test that it administered would have been difficult, even violent, but never fatal. The Sartan disappeared, and somehow the labyrinth became sentient. Its magic took on an intelligence. It started to kill us, slowly but surely.
That's not a good situation. It's not a fun place to be.
Always gave us just enough hope to keep us fighting. It created environments and monsters that even the twisted Sartan had never dreamed of. But we bested it. We
Evolution
escaped,
happened.
and more of our kind are escaping all the time. But it is a trickle instead of a flood. Most of our race is still trapped inside. If my plan unfolds as I expect, I will free everyone at the same instant and bring an end to our imprisonment once and for all.
So we are outside the labyrinth, effectively.
What is
The
this
city
place
that they
exactly?
built.
It's not the labyrinth.
It's known as the Nexus, kind of a way station. This city is where the Sartan was supposed to watch over the labyrinth. I believe they were going to give it to us as a place to live once we had been rehabilitated. It makes a perfect statement.
That's never a
My
good
plan.
thing. Like, never a good word. I guess there are alternatives, actually. In some cases, I would say that is. Never mind. It can be a good word in some cases, but it definitely was not meant so here.
The Death Gate. What's that?
The Death Gate is a portal. It connects the 5 realms. With a good ship and the right magic, anyone can cross the Death Gate from one realm to any other.
Have you crossed the Death Gate?
No, I haven't been able.
Haven't
I've
been
made
able to.
preparations, but it's always been my intention to send an emissary, or more appropriately, a scout in my stead. In fact, I was hoping that you would be my eyes in these realms.
I feel like that could be quite a good job for us. Let's see, what kind of magic is needed?
magic is needed to cross the Death Gate?
It's very simple, yet infernally unattainable. The books describe the necessary preparations. You need a ship, one powered by magic with the ability of flight. You need a steering stone, magically treated to guide the ship through the
Alright.
portal.
Ship, a steering stone, and what else? Magic with the ability of flight. Alright, so ship. Steering stone. Magic of flight. I think we're gonna be on a quest to build a ship for ourselves that flies. How convenient.
But upon the stone, you also need the naming rune of the target realm.
Okay,
The
naming
books
rune of the
state
target
this,
realm.
but neglect to actually show the runes, as if they were common knowledge. None of the books depict these runes. For years, I've been researching the subject, reading every document, poring over every scrap of
Oh
art.
man.
And I believe I finally divined one of the runes, that of Ariamus, world of air.
This is like the case where something is so commonly accepted in a culture that everybody knows it, that nobody bothers to write it down. And then somebody else goes in and is like, wait, what is this concept that like underlies everything? None of this makes any sense whatsoever without it. Will there be a shipbuilding montage? There may very well be. We will see as we get to it. We might have the rune for the Arianas, Wall of Air now.
It's the only one I've been able to reconstruct, and it's taken years. I don't even know if it's possible to produce the others, given the pitiful research materials I have. It's my thought that the other runes might lie somewhere inside the realm of air. For some time, I've been planning to send someone there to look for them.
How convenient that we stumbled through the gate just recently. Alright, do we have a ship?
Do you have a ship?
Yes, the Sartan were kind enough to leave one for us. It didn't have the steering stone that such a ship requires, but I was able to reproduce one.
Okay.
Without the naming runes of the realms.
Fair enough. Maybe some of our quest is already done for us. How convenient.
Let's go back a step.
Certainly.
Do we have air magic or like flight
Can we
magic?
talk about something else?
Of course. What do you want to know?
You wonder if the people who wrote Stargate played this game. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some similarities here with like the runes and the kind of like something that established it's just the like the place where the gate goes and having different realms to travel to. There's certainly some similarities there. We're gonna be doing a bunch of like world establishment here in the beginning. As far as I remember, the game changes quite a bit as we go on, so there will be less talking heads and more puzzle solving and adventure as we go.
Where did the Sartan disappear to?
I don't know. I don't think their disappearance was planned. All of their documents indicate that they expected to be around for a long time to enjoy the fruits of their labor. It seems that one day they just vanished.
How curious.
I have a few theories. It's possible that they did plan to vanish. They might be hiding somewhere in the realms, using the disappearance as a smokescreen to make us careless.
We gotta have a little bit of paranoia.
They will return with our deaths in their hands.
How do you mean, Rogue? So interesting how games were made to how they are made today? Oh, you mean like how they were made back in the day? There is definitely a big difference.
In any case, I take nothing.
There's a
for
lot of
granted.
development
I
for
must know
interfaces
where
and
the
other
Sartan
things.
went to. I must
Still a lot
have
of exploration
vengeance.
here.
Our people cry for it. Somewhere in the realms there must be signs, clues. Eventually, we shall discover them, and the trail will lead us to the Sartan. Then we shall destroy them.
I always love adventure games. They are a special kind of a game for me. What was Sartan like?
What were the Sartan like?
I've pieced together a picture from the books I've found. The Sartan were the opposite of us, even physically. As we have black hair with white ends, the Sartan have white hair with black
I feel like that's not an
The runes that we place upon
opposite
our lives
physically.
for protection and to enhance our magic, they shine.
I feel like that's just a hairstyle. If they were the opposite physically, they would be very different looking indeed.
I believe that while the Labyrinth has forged us into a harder, stronger race, the Sartan have grown softer in their luxurious realms. They will be no match for us. They will look into our eyes and find the mercy they gave us. The hatred we've kept burning for thousands of years, and their own deaths.
Going at it pretty strong. The heart rune is... I think it's like an integral part of people in general, like that relates to like their physical like health and so on.
You repaired my heart rune?
Yes, as the Labyrinth continued to attack you, the magic rune tattooed over your
Oh,
heart.
tattooed over your
became
heart. Okay,
permanent.
okay.
When I discovered you, it was actually broken.
I guess it enhances your abilities or... Your
As
vitality.
you know, heart runes must be complete to function.
Okay,
They
it's a
sustain
protection
us,
thing.
protect us. They are like circles. The magic of your being continually flows through it. If it becomes weak, you cannot cast spells. If it ever becomes broken, you fall ill.
Interesting. So they very much made magic a part of their, like, very existence.
Luckily, I found you in time. I was able to draw upon my own life force to lend to you. It repaired your heart rune and made you strong enough to overcome the final hurdle of the labyrinth.
Ah, let's learn about magic. I want to learn about magic.
Tell me about magic.
Certainly, patrons have magic in their blood. Once we were the greatest sorcerers in the world. If we had learned to work together as the Sartan did, they never would have stood a chance against us. Since
Strife
we have lost
within
much of our
Patryn.
skill, we have forgotten many spells because they were useless in the labyrinth and retained only a very few.
Okay, we might be discovering a lot of magic along the way as well.
We never lost our potential, though. To this day, we can cast any spell as long as we know how it is constructed, but we are pitifully ignorant. One of the things we must do before we confront the Sartan again is to relearn the magic that we
Okay.
have forgotten.
I feel like that's a good plan. Relearn magic. How do you cast a spell?
How do you cast a spell?
Spells are made up of runes. You build the spell by putting these runes together to form a rune construct. When you have built the construct in your mind, you trace the design in the air. The magic catches fire.
As far as I remember,
and
this
leaves
is
a
how it
glowing
works in the
trace
books as
behind
well.
Your finger. Upon completion, the spell casts, and
Oh yeah, this is
reality
very,
is
very
changed.
rune magic, and it's also part of the the whole puzzle mechanics of the game.
How does magic really work?
Yes, secrets
Based on
magic.
possibilities. The possibility always exists that reality is a certain way. Imagine that a stone wall.
Probabilities.
There is a possibility that a door exists in that wall. A wizard bends this possibility into
Oh, that's a
reality
very
until
cool
the
description
door
of magic.
appears. All spells
I like it.
work this way.
There were some role-playing games that were also had specifically a class that would be able to calculate the probability of something happening, and by doing that, they would lean the world towards actually making that happen. This is such a neat mechanic.
How do you learn new spells?
That's
The
weird.
easiest way to learn a new spell is simply to watch someone casting it. All you have to do is mimic the motions, trace the same rune construct in the air, and you are casting that spell.
Hey, it's a little bit like open source. If you see somebody use it, you can just copy it.
Another method is to see it on paper. Sometimes people prepare books of spells. Other times they include spells to highlight their text. Spells could be found on any document. I've scoured these halls looking for any such books and come up empty.
Yeah, I feel like
Perhaps the Sartan were
that's
careful about the text.
probably very intentional.
We escaped too soon.
Or they wanted to just keep control of the patron, even while they were trying to be, very large air quotes, reintegrated.
Finally, one may discover a spell permanently placed upon an object. When a wizard wishes a spell to be permanent, he can magically prepare an object to receive the spell, then cast that spell upon it. Then the spell is always visible. It engraves itself upon the surface of the object. By studying it, one can learn the spell.
Okay, so we think we can make artifacts by just tracing runes on them. Ah, Binder News, you don't want to go to work, but you kind of need to. Oh, I hope it will be a lighter workday than you expect. I hope it goes well. It's good to see you, either way. It's good to see you, friend. It's That's the infinite probability drive. Or infinite improbability drive. That's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy type of a thing, right? Kinda like it, yeah. Kinda like it. Just magic for us, everyone to cast. I would love to know more about spells.
Can you tell me anything about the spells I already know?
I'm afraid that, like most patrons, your repertoire is rather limited. You know only
heat
the
and
most
cold.
basic spells, heat and cold, normally used to keep yourself alive in the harsh climates that the labyrinth can produce. They are powerful, but not very versatile.
Actually, actually, you can do a lot with that. Just need a little bit of creativity. Oh, what? The Holy Drive, is that, well, what is it called? TV series UK, Red Dwarf. Is that from Red Dwarf? Yes, from Red Dwarf. You already made some work to do and did it? Ah, nice. You've got, alright, you've got about 5.5 hours in so far. So are you free in about 3, or are you gonna have a longer work day? Oh, you have to be actually at work, at like the workplace to do the rest of the stuff. Okay, I see.
Do you know any
teach the spells.
that you can teach me?
Yes, I do. There are 2 spells that I intend to
Identify and
teach
rune
you.
transfer.
Identify and rune transfer. Both will be very useful in your
You know what?
mission.
Rune transfer sounds really useful. Well, actually, both of those sound extremely useful.
Identify can supply information about any magic object or spell. If you encounter an unknown object or learn a new spell, but are unsure about its magical properties,
Hey, it comes with a manual.
it will explain everything.
That's actually really handy. Think about like going around in a world where you've got rune magic etched into random like objects and houses, and like just you try and walk into a door and it's got rune magic on it. Is it a trap? Is it just gonna automatically open for you? Is it something nice? Being able to figure out what it's actually gonna do is actually, yeah, that's a survival skill, all right.
The second spell, Rune Transfer, is very specific. With it, you can transfer a rune symbol from any object to a magically prepared surface. This will be necessary to place the naming runes of the 4 realms upon the steering
makes sense.
stone.
You need 10 hours today. Oh, that's a long workday.
After I teach you the spell, I will give you a marker with the naming rune of Arianos upon it. You
Perfect.
must take it aboard the ship to the steering stone. There, cast Rune Transfer upon the marker
Hey,
and transfer the rune to the stone.
My
Following
first
that,
rune
the ship
transfer.
will be able to take you there, to the realm
the
of
book.
air. Regretfully, I do not know the other runes that name the remaining realms. Hopefully, in your travels, you will discover these other runes. If you do, transfer them onto the steering stone in the same way. The Death Gate will never let you into the other realms if you do not.
Fair enough.
Can we talk?
Of course. What do you want to know?
All right, let's find out a little bit more. Rune magic for dummies, exactly. Naturally. An entire world has something personal against you. Wow. Damn. He's a survivor. Dang. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. He keeps putting himself in danger to go and help out the rest of the Patryn. I like this plan. Oh, game sound's gone? Okay. Let's double check. Oh yeah, the interface dropped out for a moment. Wow, all the weird technical difficulties today, but thank you very much for all looking out for it. Good thing that there's subtitles, no kidding. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Alright, much like the Sundered, the reformation will require all 5 of the seal pieces. I have the next seal piece, but I need the other 4. The Sartan have hidden them somewhere in their realms. Okay. I'm gonna be putting that seal together, AZ. It's like, build a seal.
You must be my agent. I need you to go into the realms and find those seal pieces and bring them back here. When I have them all, I will reform the world, free our people, and bring the Sartan.
Just by himself, he's gonna just reform the world. That's... man, he's ambitious.
Now I know the naming rune for only one of the realms. I will give you a marker with the rune upon it. Use the rune transfer spell to place it upon the steering stone on board your ship. The stone will then be able to transport you to Arianis, the realm of air. Since I don't know the runes that mean the other 3 realms...
Oh, we're doing a recap basically here, just in case somebody just skipped everything.
I also wish to know what happened to the Sartan. Their disappearance mystifies me. Finally, I want you to learn any new spells that you come across. It's only through the infusion of
Haplo,
new spells
don't go yet.
we will be
I have
able
important
build
information
up
to tell
our
you.
arsenal of magic. So, do you understand your mission? Take your ship to Arianis, search for its seal piece and the other
Come on, you're putting it on a little bit heavy now.
Information you can about the missing Sartan and new magic spells.
I guess we
When
have
you're
been
finished, come
convalescing
back
for
here,
like
deliver the
weeks
seal piece to me,
at this point.
and give me your report.
Is your memory working okay? Are you feeling fine?
Now I shall teach you the 2 spells you will need. Watch me closely.
It is very good to have goals, that's true. Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe draw these out, I don't know. Alright, Zar's hand rises. One finger extends and begins to move against an unseen canvas. It leaves behind a glowing line in the air. The design follows the graceful movements of Zar's hand. Finally, Zar draws his hand back, but the spell remains, floating in the air.
This is the rune transfer spell. Study it. Remember it. This next construct defines the identify spell. Watch me again.
And this would be pretty cool for artists as well, just like drawing art in the air. First spell fades, and Zar traces a new design in the air. This one is very simple and quick to complete. You stare at it and commit to memory.
That's all, my son. I am entrusting the fate of our race to you.
No big deal, right? Tosses you a stone marker with the intricate symbol upon it, the naming rune of Arianis, you guess, and returns to studying the tome laid on the desk before him. Alright, let's see if we can put our magic to use. We have learned some very useful things, so use magic on the marker. We can check things now. We have such a useful tool. Alright, we can actually just identify. It's an unknown spell. Hold on, do I need to use the manual for this, or are we able to just pull spells from somewhere? We've got a lot of runes. A fair few at any rate. Spell. Ah, there we go. Alright, identify. Oh, that's very simple. Cast identify the marker to find out if it is indeed what it's promised to be. I just find a bug? Alright. D-gate. Alright. Save early, save often, apparently, is becoming a thing. You've only been in and out since you're working in different labs. Oh, okay. You saw a few of them? Gotcha. Alright, fair enough. Yeah. That is good to be aware of, because, yeah, it doesn't show up for me. I just get a screen transition, basically. Alright, alright, I'm gonna talk to him really quick.
Ah, I know.
Ah.
There-
Yes. Correct. But no.
How?
Hep, hep, hep,
What?
hep, hep. The
It, yes.
Yes, certainly.
I-
You
Magic does work. I'm going to save after this time.
Go. This, that.
Aha, no. No! In fact, no. Save. Let's see, how does this work? I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna try and cast the magic on the marker again, one more time. We're gonna find out if it's just something that they didn't figure being it. Nobody would be dumb to actually use the skills that they just learned, right? Oh, what? It worked? Hey, this time it worked! You cast an identify spell on the marker, but nothing happens. Evidently the marker isn't magical. Oh, it was supposed to tell me about the rune, though. You've not seen it much yourself, Farrah? Okay, good to know. Yeah, we went into checkerboard at the very least. They're going fast forward through everything. Alright, so we have the next steel piece here. The ancient metal seal piece is inscribed in the naming rune of the Nexus. That might be something to keep in mind if we want to ever return here. Alright, so it's kind of like two hands and a magical rune, a cool S-ish type thing in between. The casting of the cool S. Alright, anything else in here? We've got a glow lamp. Can we just take it?
Yes, I forgot that you'll need some light for the ship's interior. I'll still have one more
Yes!
lamp left. Feel free to take that one.
We're just gonna steal your light. Do be careful of her eyes, Kerr. Well, this is definitely true to the spirit of adventure games. You just steal absolutely everything that isn't nailed down. I love it. Very artistic. Alright, so look at the glow lamp. Spherical crystal globe glows with an inner magical light. It is an ancient Sartan artifact that we can ponder. Xar doesn't seem to mind using it though. Okay, I'm fine with it being of Sartan origin. This elegant room has the unmistakable touch of Sartan architecture. Alright, yes, it does. Okay, is there anything? I think there's probably nothing else here. Looks like we've got a kind of a compass type navigational menu here that allows us to go around different spaces. The fact that we've got a wait button here makes me kind of worried. We do have a map. Oh, there he is. Now, just now smaller. Alright, I think we can probably move onwards. Let's go northwest. Oh, there's the gate. Great, this is exactly the place we did not want to go. This gate is the final portal of the labyrinth. Just be honest, the hell you called home for most of your life. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna try and actually walk through here. The gate to the labyrinth is closed and you can't bring yourself to open it. I very much understand that trauma. It's not a magic mark. God, right, Kuda? No, it does not appear to be a magic marker. Magic markers are great though. They're fun for coloring things. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a potato. Fair enough, Rogue. Alright, let's go back and try the other exit. Hi, Ixar! Ah, there's the ship. Your ship is docked a short walk from both the Nexus City and the gate to the labyrinth. Let's go inside. Let's check out our cool flying ship. It's got a kind of a dragon motif, doesn't it? It's got like bat wing type things and the head shape here. Enter the ship. You carefully place the glow lamp on a mount by the door. Oh hey, we automatically just gave ourselves a bit of light. With the new light, you look around your ship, very carefully identifying the navigational tools provided. In the center, you see a steering stone. It has the power to guide your dragon ship through the Death Gate and into the other realms, as long as that realm is represented by its naming rune on the surface of the stone. To the front of the ship, you see the steering wheel. Once you've traveled into a new realm, this allows you to navigate your vessel to places within it. So it's kind of like hyperdrive and just like in-system engines. You stand in the cramped bridge of your one-man dragon ship in front of the navigational wheel and steering stone. Or one woman, as it may be. Let's have a look at the steering stone. Steering stone is a magical artifact that guides the ship through the Death Gate into another realm, providing that the realm is represented by name. Yes. You currently use the lone rune of the Nexus. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit of magic. Use the magic on the steering stone. I'm gonna do... Or do we actually need to do it... Which way around do we? Like, we probably actually want to transfer from the... You're getting a Valheim vibe now? Nice. We can fly ships in Valheim as well. We have proven it. There is in fact a video of it. Use magic on the marker. Let's see. I think we need to do it this way around. Let's double check if it's like doing screen transition weirdness there. Let's see. We're gonna grab a spell. I'm gonna do rune transfer. Interesting shape. Alright, let's cast. Oh yeah, it's doing no signals. Ah, well, that's the mage wall having a bit of a time with the game constantly changing graphics modes, I suppose, but hopefully it won't be too much of a nuisance on the long run. Alright, transfer the marker onto the steering stone. Nice. I think it just goes outside the bounds of what the capture card and OSSC can deal with momentarily, but thankfully it's only pretty short. Yeah, switching screens displays a no signal screen for a moment. Alright, cool, but we have our first rune on the steering stone. Well, the second technically, I suppose, but one that we've inscribed on it. Alright, can we... I guess we just exit like this. Okay, well, is left into the ship, or is it somewhere else? Alright, left is into the ship. Let's try northeast. Okay, that's the gate. I guess there's not much more here. I think this is... Okay, yeah, I don't think there's any other exits here. That's kind of nice that they provided a map like this. Alright, well we may as well just take off then. Let's do some flying. That's a occurrence that happens quite often on this channel. Alright, I think we can maybe use the steering stone. You call on the power of the steering stone to take you through the Death Gate into Arianus, the world of air. It is very handy that we have a flying ship for the world of air, because otherwise we'd have very large difficulties in getting anywhere. Ooh, 3D animation. That's pretty neat. And that is, I suppose, the much fabled Death Gate. Ooh, and we arrive at Arianus. Your ship arrives in the midst of a terrible storm. Quickly you look around for a place to land to ride out the weather, but all you see is space. There's no ground anywhere. Well, I see plenty of ground here. Suddenly, through the lightning, rain, and wind, you make out a floating island as big as a continent. You pilot the ship towards it and land on the bare rock just outside the cave. Okay, fair enough, it is very hard to see anything inside a storm. Nice. That's a neat little animation. I'm also gonna like the fact that it allows you to like confirm that, okay, you've seen what it's showing you, and then you can continue rather than just like automatically transitioning. You stand on barren rock under a raging storm. A cave opens into a mountain wall, and the ramp rises into your ship. Right, let's go explore the cave. Hold on, what are these things? We got poles. What are the poles? 3 tall metal poles stick out from the ground. 2 have a strange glowing metal device atop them. The 3rd is bare. Curious. Zingers. Is it called zingers? Are they particularly funny? 2 glowing metal objects at the top, tall poles. Periodically, the storm lashes out and sends bolts of lightning against them. So they're basically lightning poles. Instead of doing any damage, they simply cause the object to glow brighter. Alright, they're the local safety feature, I suppose. Okay, what about this pole? Can we pick up the pole that doesn't have anything on it? This is clearly not in use. Target the metal poles, but they steadfastly remain where they are. Alright, time to cast a spell. Let's use magic. On the zingers? No? None of the spells that you know will have any significant effect on the zingers. Wow, this game is being very, like, forthright about, hey, you could actually go through your inventory, your spells and everything, but it will actually not do anything, so, don't even bother doing that. Sierra would not be that nice. Sierra would not be that nice. Can we take a zinger? Our place high atop the pole's out of reach. Alright, fair enough. Hold on, does the marker still have a rune on it? Okay, it does have the name rune of Arianus on it. Okay, so transferring does not necessarily destroy the rune from where it was engraved earlier. Don't forget landing gear. Well, we're in luck because this ship does not require a landing gear. Otherwise, we might be scraping it a little bit. See, this is a ship made for me. I've got no worries. I guess we just move in. I'm sure this will be something useful to keep in mind, so I'm gonna make a note of it. wish I could actually cast Identify and try and learn the spell, but let's enter the tunnel for now. This small cavern contains a control panel, several pieces of furniture, and a female dwarf. The dwarf looks up at you in surprise. I would be surprised too, having just random visitors falling in from the sky. That's the first question to ask. Are you a god? Of course I'm a god. Where are my offerings, though? That's an rather unusual greeting. Hello to you as well. I'm just gonna be chill.
That's a rather unusual greeting. Hello to you as well.
I must have forgotten my manners. Hello, huge visitor. Try not to trip on anything. It must be hard to keep your balance when you're so far from the ground.
Yeah, we keep falling on our faces all the time. Patrons aren't magic people. They're not gods, but like, you know. I'm curious why we would be glowing. Just a traveler.
I'm no god, just a traveler.
A traveler? Nice to meet you. I'm Jar. You're awfully big not to be a god, but you don't act like one. They're always yelling and commanding and taking things. Gods aren't very nice. Look what they did to my electric zinger panel.
We're much nicer than gods. Yeah, that's right. Electric zinger? What's that? You don't like these gods very much, do you?
You don't like these gods very much, do you?
What's not to like? They're rude, imperious, and self-centered. I'd heard that gods are supposed to be generous and helpful. Just because you're born casting light, that gives you the right to boss everyone around?
Okay, but this actually suggests that we might be able to impersonate a god by just glowing. Question marks. Alright, I'm gonna adjust my audio volume a bit. There we go. Get a little bit better balance with the music to everything else. So what did they do?
What did they do?
They tore it apart, that's what. They tromped in here on one of their studies, ripped out one of the control switches, and removed a zinger from on top of its pole outside. Do they think that we have spares? They didn't even tell me why they did it either. Just because someone's a god.
A very good point. I agree.
You know?
There's a lot to be said for politeness. Now let's learn about the zingers more.
Electric zinger? What's that?
The zingers are set up on the poles outside of the cave. When the lightning hits them, they suck up the electricity. I think the Kixie Wincy likes electricity or something. After the zingers have sucked up all they can hold, I pull these levers. Then the show starts.
Huh. Okay. What on earth is the Kixie Wincy?
The Kixie Wincy? What's that?
Why, it's the machine. How can you not know about the Kixie Wincy? It's everywhere. It digs our homes out from the earth. It makes water for us to drink and does, well, other things too. It's our responsibility to care for it, so it can care for us as well.
Okay, that's pretty neat. They're a little reliant on the technology here, but you know, that's what happens with cultures. So are we.
Show? What show?
The zingers go crazy. They start spinning around and shooting sparks everywhere. Most of the electricity gets sucked into the Kixie Wincy though through the poles. Then my meters go back down, and I wait all over again.
Okay, so if you pull on the switches, then it makes lightning everywhere. You mean that's all you do? Sit here and pull levers? Yeah, that's what that's all I do as well. I sit here and press buttons, you know.
That's all you do? Sit here and pull levers?
It's not that easy. You have to know the
She's a bit
very
pouty.
best time to pull the levers. My
Yeah,
family has
it's
been
not
pulling
that
these
simple.
levers for years, and I'm the best lever puller there's been in a
Well, heck yeah,
long
you go,
time.
girl.
This is all very interesting, but can you tell me more about these gods?
Well, they only showed up about 100 years ago. They dropped from the air in a flying ship. We were curious, of course, and were prepared to greet them as friends. But a glowing figure emerged and declared itself our god.
Oh, surprise!
At least one of many. None of us glow, and no one had ever claimed to be a god before, so we believed.
Oh
Now they've moved
no!
in and taken control.
Oh
I
no!
liked life without all this divine intervention.
Oh man! Nobody had claimed it before, so we believed it. I feel like these gods are probably not very godlike at all. When it arrived, your glowing figure claimed to be a god, and you bought it.
When it arrived, your glowing figure claimed to be a god, and you bought it?
Why would someone lie about that?
Why
I wouldn't
would?
claim to be a god if I wasn't. Besides, he glows.
Oh, what a
The way
pure
they
heart!
explain it, you can't glow if you're not a god.
What a pure heart! Oh no! Why would you lie? Why would you? Why ever would somebody lie about something like that? Oh dear goodness.
If the figure didn't glow, would you have believed it?
Probably not. If they looked
Oh,
like
it's gotta
you, I
take the
would've
glowing as
thought
well.
They were big, but not gods. A few extra feet of height doesn't make you divine.
There you go. At least you wouldn't have believed it in any case. How exactly have the gods taken control?
How exactly have these gods taken control?
They moved into the Kixie-Winsy control room and kicked everyone else out. They're always doing tests and things. I don't like them tinkering with the Kixie-Winsy as if they didn't know how to work it. I mean, if you're a god, aren't you supposed to know all that stuff? Anyway,
Very
they've also
suspicious.
kept us away from the north exit. That's where their ship is. They've always got a guard there to make sure, like they don't trust us.
So north exit has gods in very large air quote ship. Oh, I like the writing here. Yeah, if you're so upset with the gods, why don't you just drive them
If you're
off?
so upset with the gods, why don't you just drive them off?
They're gods. You don't just tell gods to go away if they get inconvenienced. I might not like them, but they're ours. If they weren't gods, though, you can bet we'd have gotten rid of them long ago.
Figures. Oh, what a nice place you got here.
Nice place you've got here.
Thank you. I share it with Limbeck. He'll want to meet you. I'm sure he'll be delighted to see a visitor. We've never had one before.
Fair enough. I guess Limbeck might... Well, let's find out.
Limbeck?
Let's not make any
I
assumptions.
take it that he's another dwarf?
Of course he's a dwarf. What else would I be sharing my quarters with?
A god? Is that his shirt's hanging on the
Is that
wall?
his shirt hanging on the wall?
Yes, he never picks up after himself. I made that hook specifically so he'd keep his clothes off of the floor. But I still have to do it for him.
Oh dear. Does that mean you're attached? Are they in a
Does
relationship?
that mean you're attached?
Well, yes.
Oh, he's a
Someone
blush,
had to
no
look
less.
after my Limbeck. He'd fall apart without me.
This room doesn't look big enough for the two of you. Oh,
This room
I
doesn't
guess
look
not.
big enough for two.
Maybe not two creatures as big as you. I'll have you know that this is one of the most spacious rooms on Dreadland.
What
We're
is
lucky
Dreadland?
to have it.
Must really like this
You
Limbeck.
must really like this Limbeck.
I'm glad that I can take care of him. He's such a gump sometimes. He gets so involved in his work that he even forgets to eat. I have to bring him in his food. That's why I keep the bread and marmalade handy.
Oh dear. Sounds like a creative personality. I'm not gonna call out anyone, anyone on the chat, but heart.
Isn't that kind of a limited diet?
Well, it's what he likes. And I have to
Likes
make it
marmalade.
perfectly. If there isn't enough marmalade, he calls it dry. If there's too much, he's so messy that he gets it everywhere. That's why I can't let him make it himself. He always puts far too much on.
Oh, Pioneers, you know that feeling you literally did that today? Oh no. Make sure to eat something. Try and have at least something. You can't let your blood sugar get too low. I have sometimes been guilty of similar myself. It can be God, when there's a really interesting project or something like that or a problem to solve, it can be very easy just to lose yourself in the depths of it. We just had something now? Yes, good. I am very happy to hear that you're being healthy about it. You got to work and grab snacks from the cafeteria? Nice. Does he like these gods as much as you do?
Does he like these gods as much as you do?
He doesn't quite dislike them. He simply doesn't believe in them. He
There you
thinks
go.
these gods have been taking advantage of us. We've been
Yes.
serving them when we were meant to serve the Kixie Wincy. He says that we've been oppressed.
Correct! She carefully must, obviously unfamiliar word. Help, help, I'm being oppressed! Oh, what does he do that keeps him so
What
busy?
does he do that keeps him so busy?
Mostly he writes speeches. They're supposed
An
to
activist.
enlighten the masses. He keeps telling people that the gods aren't gods, that he's seen the gods when they weren't glowing. Most dwarves don't believe him. Even I have a hard time, but I support him. He's my
That's really
Lincoln,
sweet.
after all.
I think to be honest, I think he's onto something.
Can we talk about something else?
All right.
I thought we already said this. Let me just double check.
Nice place you've got here.
Thank you. I share it with Limbeck. He'll want to.
Okay.
Let's back up a second.
Oh, that's just three that doesn't get not get called. Alright.
I've enjoyed talking with you, but I'd like to explore this Kixie Wincy thing.
Oh, certainly. Say hello to Limbeck if you get a chance. He's just in the next room.
She immediately swings her gaze back to the gauges and studies them intently, totally oblivious to you. Oh, look at that. Bread and marmalade. That must be what goes for Limbeck. Maybe we can bring a gift along with us. Just see if we can grab a bread slice here. Alright, nice. And how about some marmalade? Ah! Yeah, can we have more bread? Alright, we've got a stale bread. Yeah, it's fine. We're just gonna put more marmalade on it. Let's see. Is it put marmalade on bread slice. You know, I'm gonna do it the other way around because honestly, clearly we need to put the bread slice on marmalade. That means that we've got more marmalade. Marmalade's bad enough without the bread slice. That's not fine. I guess we need to do it this way around. Slap. Snap a large dollop of marmalade onto the bread. It sits in the center, looking rather lonely. Okay, we're gonna have to add some more. Slap a large dollop of marmalade on the bread. The bread is uniformly covered in it. Ah, just right. Perfect. Maybe that we need to do even more. Oh, hold on. This is a white shirt. A small white t-shirt hangs on the wall. Would it be willing to come with us, I wonder? Yes, it is, indeed. Welcome. An elbow pipe. Aha. Even more useful items. Don't mind me just, like, emptying the various objects from your room and like just literally pulling things off the wall. You twist a pipe fitting back and forth until it pops out of the crack in the wall. 5 points. It's a bed. Simple cot. Can we like open? No, can't open the bed. There's no push or things like that. We only have these verbs. Fair. The zinger controller. The panel controls the zingers outside the cave. Gauges indicate how much electricity the zingers have absorbed, and levers initiate the discharging process. Fair. We're gonna be doing some science. Can we mess with... Oh, hold on. There's a... First of all, there's a lever missing. Okay, can we, in fact, put the elbow pipe... Oh, not that jar on the elbow pipe. Jesus. Well, let's... Let's just try and do this instead. Put the elbow pipe on the zinger control. Elbow pipe slides right off. What did you expect? It's vertical. Alright, we pick up the elbow pipe. I feel like we're gonna have to fix this thing. Can we pull the levers? Oh, we have extra verbs now. Interesting. We can remove a lever.
Don't touch those. You have to have 4 years of training before you can even think about pulling a lever.
That's right. It gives you a sudden look and returns to staring at the gauges. Make sure you've got at least 4 years of training before you can pull a lever. Just make sure that you've got that. I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna try and... Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Can we remove a lever?
I've only got the 2 left. How can I do my job if you take away my levers?
Or just start to try and twist one of the remaining levers off. Yeah, alright. Fair enough. Clearly will not godly enough. The cupboard, can you open it? A rusted cupboard hangs high on the wall. Perhaps that's the reason the dwarves don't make use of it. I guess. I suppose it could be a little bit inconvenient. Let's open it. Doors of the cupboard have rusted shut. You can't force them open. Just want to make a note of that because that might be something that we need to come back to later. Okay, but I'm missing a lever. Removable. If she wasn't looking. Alright, we might explore a little bit further and see what else is here. We come bearing gifts! Papers and parchments are piled everywhere. In the middle is an intent but confused looking dwarf. Upon your arrival, the dwarf looks up from his scribbling and gasps.
My word, what are you?
I'm Haplo. What are you? Don't mind me, I'm just here to clean up. Look like I'm just in time. We are a Haplo. Why not?
I'm Haplo. What are you?
Haplo? Oh, that's your name. Forgive me, I forget my manners sometimes.
He caught on.
Neck bolt tightener. Welcome to my home. You're not a god? No, you
Of course
can't
not.
be. You're not glowing. I assume you're a traveler. A traveler from where? Where are you going? Do you know the gods? What do you think of the Kixie-Winzy?
He's got a lot of questions. Also answering some of our usual questions as well. Limbic continues to bombard you with a rush of questions without so much as pausing to breathe. I'm just visiting. I've never been here before. I don't know the gods or anything about the Kixie-Winzy.
I'm just visiting. I've never been here before. I don't know the gods or anything about the Kixie-Winzy.
I'm very sorry. Sometimes my curiosity gets the better of me.
Remove his
I'll
glasses
find
and wipe
the
some of the dirty
Please
shirts.
Go ahead, ask me anything.
Ah, have you ever heard of the Sartan? Look at a piece of something. It's metal, hexagonal, has a symbol on it. It's very old. Do you know where I might find it?
I'm looking for a piece of something. It's metal, hexagonal, and has a symbol on it. It's very old. Do you know where I might find it?
I wish I could help, but I'm afraid I'm not familiar with anything like that. If it is very old, there's only one dwarf that might be able to tell you something. Old Grapple Rock Digger has been here forever.
Grapple Rock Digger. Might know. Alright. Grapple Rock Digger, do you think he'd help me find it?
Grapple Rock Digger? Do you think he'd help me find it?
Old Grapple isn't very helpful in the best of moods. And lately, the section of the Kixie that he is responsible for has broken down. It's made him extremely sullen. He won't talk to anyone except in insults.
We're gonna have an insult fight? What's being done to fix the Kixie?
What's being done to fix the Kixie?
Normally, the Kixie automatically fixes itself.
Wow!
But when something breaks that isn't vital or necessary, it leaves the section unrepaired. We don't know how to fix it, and Grapple refuses to leave.
Interesting.
He's been sitting there for weeks.
They're kind of losing their technology, though. That kind of sounds like it. If I told him I was a god, would he help me out? No, Jesus, no. Let's see. Where can I find this rock digger?
Where can I find this rock digger?
Grapple sits in the same place every day, waiting for the Kixie to be repaired. Each day he sits there, he gets more and more surly.
Oh no.
Go north to the intersection and follow the left wall. That will take you to him.
Follow wall. Okay, fair enough. How old is he?
How old is Grapple Rock Digger?
He's been here for as long as anyone remembers, long before I was born. He'll tell you he remembers when the Kixie was built, but that was thousands of years ago. I think when he forgets, he makes up.
I wonder. Wonder if it would help us anyway.
Do you think he could be persuaded to help me anyway?
I don't think so. We tend to be a fairly stubborn people and grapple much more than most. If he doesn't want to be moved, he won't move. If he won't talk to you, no amount of persuasion will help.
Fair. If I told him it was a goblin. I'm gonna ask it, I guess. This sucks, though.
If I told him I was a god, would he help me out?
Grapple hates the gods more than
Excellent.
anyone. He remembers the days before the gods, when we worshipped the mangers.
They worshipped the
He feels that
mangers.
the gods displaced them. I think if you told him you were a god, he would die before he uttered one word to steer you in the right direction.
What are the mangers?
Enough about this rock digger.
Well, now we know.
Tell me more about this place.
Certainly. What do you want to know?
Hold on,
That's
before
all.
we do
I have to
anything
go.
further.
Very well. I must get back to my speeches. Feel free to look around.
Thank you, very kind of you. Just to a random stranger that walked into your house, uninvited. Let's give him a bread slice. Oh, no, not to the parchment. What? Hold on, what is... Look, please look at... Use only the back of the parchment on which Limbic is scrolling. It has something printed on it, but you can't read it from here. Can we get closer somehow? I'm curious. Let's just give him the bread slice.
Just right.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. All right, I have an idea. Let's see. Have a look at the candle also. A yellow blob of wax with this wick has been jammed into a long pipe. It throws a circle of light onto the paper on which the dwarf is writing. All right, fair enough. Let's have a chat before we do anything further.
Hello again. How can I help you?
Or have you ever heard of the Sartan?
Ever heard of the Sartan?
The Sartan? Is that a place? I'm sorry, I've never heard of it.
So apparently they're not well known around these parts either. Interesting. That suggests that, at least in this realm, they've been gone for a while.
What are you writing?
Speeches. I have to convince my fellow dwarves that these
Looks down at
gods
parchment
aren't
in
what they
frustration.
claim. They've oppressed us for too long. We must break the chains and take back our freedom.
Excellent.
I'm just
Flip
not
it, draws
very
on.
determined. I can't put my ideas down on paper very well, but I'm determined.
Good on you. Suddenly we're in Monkey Island. Insult sword fighting? Yeah, that may be. We will see. We'll find out. Why did you ad-lib your speeches? Why don't your people believe
Why
you?
don't your people believe you?
I think I'm getting to them. No one is happy with the gods, but it's a different matter convincing them that the gods aren't divine at all.
Fair. What makes you so sure that the gods aren't what they
What
claim?
makes you so sure that the gods aren't what they claim?
I've seen them without the glow.
Ah,
I discovered that it's
where?
artificially produced.
Okay, the glow is artificially produced. Interesting. How do they make this?
It's not natural, eh? How do they make it?
It's magic. According to some of the older dwarves, everyone used to be able to use magic. They've cast a spell to make themselves glow.
How did you learn this?
How did you learn this?
When the gods arrived, they dropped from the sky in a flying ship. After they moved in, I snuck aboard the ship. I actually saw one of them, not shining at all. He was moving his hands in some intricate motion over a bunch of little statues. When he was done, the statues glowed brighter. I must have gasped, because he immediately looked over at me. I ran, and he never found me. But ever since, they've posted a guard outside the ship.
Although I guess to be fair, like, one of the principal definitions of like godly creatures tends to be associated with magic and doing the impossible. But I guess magic is seen more as like a skill or a craft in this world.
A flying ship?
Yes. One of the byproducts of the Kixie-Winzy is water. For their own reasons, they pump the water into the ship and leave with it, only to return a few days later with new gods and an empty ship.
Okay, so they're just stealing their water? So they've got some other place that they're transporting water to. It's just probably for survival. Faking them out. Not giving them anything in recompense.
They're guarding the ship now.
Ever since my excursion, they placed one guard outside of their ship. Because dwarves tend to be fairly noisy, even when we're sneaking around, the gods put someone there who has very sensitive hearing. His ears can detect the slightest sound of movement out of the caves toward the ship. Consequently, no one's gotten anywhere near it.
Okay. So we need to defeat a sensitive hearing.
Isn't that enough to convince the other dwarves that they aren't gods?
I haven't told them. It might go against their beliefs to the extent that they would just stop listening to me. I simply
Tough.
can't risk it. The only way to convince them would be by removing the god's glow.
Okay.
Once my fellows have seen beyond the artificial shining, they will rise up and cast them out. I can't figure out how to do that, though.
Rise up, people!
Let's talk about something else.
Very well.
How are they oppressing you?
How are they oppressing you?
They moved in, told us where to work and for how long.
That sure
Our
sounds
heritage
like
tells us to care for the Kixie-Winzy. Since the gods
oppression.
came, we haven't been able to do that. They make us use the Kixie-Winzy to produce water for them. Parts of the great machine are breaking down, but unless the part has something to do with water production, we're not even allowed to look at the problem. They tell us where to live, they've broken up families, they keep us from the sacred places like the control room. If they were gods, I would assume that they had their reasons, but they aren't. They are just another race taking advantage of us.
Yep, that sure does not sound great. Where'd you get all the parchment?
Where'd you get all of these parchments?
I gathered them from all over the Kixie-Winzy. No one reads them. In fact, no one can. They're too old. So I write my speeches on the back of them.
Alright, it might relate to the machine. It might be like instructions that we might need to learn.
Why don't you ad-lib your speeches?
This is a terrible question.
I couldn't do that. Every idea must be perfectly worded. One misspoken word could have the opposite effect of what I'm trying to achieve. I only deliver my speeches after I'm entirely happy with them.
Let's get
Alright,
back
then.
to talking about this place, shall we?
Certainly. Would you want to know?
What is that you're using for a candlestick holder?
What is that you're using for a candlestick holder?
It's all I could find. If I had a better candlestick holder, you can bet that I'd be using it.
Okay, we're gonna have to find a replacement apparently. Alright, let's find out about the Kixie-Winzy a little bit more.
What exactly is the Kixie-Winzy?
The Kixie-Winzy is everywhere. It's all around us. The humming you hear is the Kixie-Winzy at work.
It's a little bit like Grey Goo.
How big is this machine?
Larger than anything.
Larger
no
than
matter
life.
where you go, the Kixie-Winzy has been there first. It digs tunnels and fills them in according to its own whims. We live in the chambers that it builds. If it fills up our homes, we find somewhere new to stay. Its controls and instruments are scattered throughout the entire continent.
Interesting lifestyle.
What does it do?
It serves the purpose of the Mangers. Long ago, the Mangers built the Kixie-Winzy and asked us to care for it. We have done so ever since.
So, okay. In other words, you have no idea what the Kixie-Winzy does.
In other words, you have no idea what the Kixie-Winzy does.
Well, no. It isn't for us to know. Our
Oh, dear.
purpose is to monitor and care for the Kixie-Winzy.
They were already being,
Gods
like,
don't seem to know
made
what it
use
does
of.
either. Ever since they moved in, they've been running
By the
tests of all
Mangers.
sorts on it.
So easy for these
Restricted everyone
air
from the
quote
control
gods
room where
to
they
move
face
in.
their tests.
These Mangers, are they still around?
No. The Mangers have been
Could the
gone
Mangers
for
be the
many,
Sartan?
many years. Some of the young ones don't even believe in them anymore. Only stories and legends keep
they made-
the memory of the Mangers alive.
They made the dwarves be their slaves. Which is not cool. That's my current working hypothesis.
Let's talk about something else.
Certainly. Would you want to know?
Let's find about the, maybe we can get a jug of
That's a
ink.
mighty big jug of ink.
Or some
you've got
ink,
there.
anyway.
I found that jug of fast-drying ink quite a while ago. Despite the amount of speeches I write, I've only used a small portion of the ink the jug contains. I believe it will last indefinitely.
Indefinite ink jug. Alright, that might also come in handy. Especially if you're gonna be, dousing some gods.
What is this place?
This is one of the sacred places of the Kixie-Winzy.
The broom closet!
The broom closet. I'm lucky enough to have this place to work.
Are you Roger Wilco by any chance?
That's all. I have to go.
You got
Very
somebody
well.
who likes
I
closets
must
as
get
well.
back to my speeches. Feel free to look around.
The broom closet ending is your favorite? Wait, what? Okay, so it's a pipe. Quick drying ink. Can I just take it? Ink jug is far too heavy to lift. Your estimation of limbic strength increases dramatically. Ooh. I'm just curious. Let's put shirt on ink jug. Can't seem to squeeze the shirt in the jug while the cork is in place. Okay, let's pick up the cork. Alright, fair enough. Seems like a logical thing to do. Just dye a shirt, why not? You shove the shirt in the ink jug where it quickly soaks up quite a bit of black ink. But by the time you pull it out, the shirt is completely dry, albeit very black. That is very quickly drying. Nice. We're in the t-shirt business now. 5 more points. Interesting. We also have the cork, which might come in useful somewhere elsewhere. Cork is about the size of our fist. Alright, room is piled high with papers and parchment of various sorts. Okay, must have carried them to write speeches on. Can we take some of the parchments? No, I said
Please
take.
don't disturb my filing system. I just got everything where I wanted it.
It actually looks somewhat organized. So, fair. And he's asking so nicely, too.
I'm afraid I need that to work. Please leave
Trying
it.
to take the candle, but that doesn't help. Okay, we need to have a look at this parchment. Alright, let's see if we can organize that. Let's take another bread slice. And, here we go. She's not here to make him bread, so we're gonna be real nice and helpful. Let's put some marmalade on the bread slice. Oh, no. Put some marmalade on the bread slice. Put some more marmalade on the bread slice. Now it's just right, but we're gonna put even more marmalade on the bread slice. There we go. Slap a large dollop of marmalade onto the bread. The marmalade is overflowing. Perhaps we've added just a bit too much. And never we're gonna give it to him. Surely nothing could go wrong.
Drat. Now I'll have to start over.
Aha! Without looking up, Limbic accepts the bread and gobbles it down. The mountain of marmalade drips everywhere, even on the parchment before him. And he says as much. He throws the parchment to the side, selects another one from the nearby pile, and again begins to write. Perfect. Now he is no longer interested in this parchment, which we would like to take a look at. Alright, let's have a look. Now read the parchment. A Stanley Parable. Oh, I see, Bionews. Okay. Broom closet endings are good. Yes, I like that a lot too. That was a very funny game. It's a geological survey map of the continent of Drevlin. Ah. So it's the location of all major mineral deposits. The other side is smeared and sticky, so try and ignore it. Alright, nice. Alright, we've got a geological map. A survey map. The survey says minerals. Okay, so the candle needs to go. We need to find him something else. I don't know, like, surely this is not good enough. Give elbow pipe to Limbic.
Yes, that's very nice.
Yes, that's very nice. Okay, thanks. Okay. That's a nice sound effect. Let's see. Put the elbow pipe on the long pipe. No, okay, we can't. I think we need both pipes. Oh, the elbow pipe and the long pipe click together, but the result is rather bulky and hard to carry, so we take them apart again. Okay. Alright, we know they fit. In that case, I can go and check out the tunnel, I guess. Oh boy, well, the moment I see this... but we have an inbuilt map. Yes! I do not need to draw a map. It's probably not... It's probably not another random thing to wander around in. We may be saved from a labyrinth. Oh, let's just try northwest. Ah, here he is. Chamber is filled with convoluted pipes. A grumpy old dwarf sits on a stool under a broken section. Oh no, he's getting dripped on. I can't imagine why he's grumpy and angry given this situation. You could move. You could actually move your chair, mister. It's okay. You don't have to sit right underneath a dripping pipe. Oh, this is tragic.
What the heck do you want, you overgrown, dim-witted god wannabe? And
God wannabe? Why are you sitting beneath the dripping black gunk? I mean, we're just gonna be friendly first and, like, you know, actually introduce ourselves. Are you Grapple Rock Digger?
Are you Grapple Rock Digger?
No, my name's not Grooper Potlicker, you
Of course.
bastard. I'm Grapple Rock Digger. Who's asking?
It's gonna mishear everything, right? Oh no, how is he gonna mangle our name? I am definitely not a god. Not in this context.
My name is Haplo.
Flappo?
Flappo?
Interesting name. I wouldn't want to be saddled with it, though.
Jeez. Even Flappo is better name than Grapple. Jeez. Are we gonna get just rude? I don't know. I kinda don't want to get rude with him. I guess we can say this much.
Even Flappo is a better name than Grapple Rock Digger.
Then it's a good thing my name isn't Apple Snotfinger.
Sheesh. Can you not hear very well?
That's what I said, Grapple Rock Digger. Can't you hear very well?
What did you say? Speak up. I can't hear very well.
Cool. Thanks for confirming that. Oh. Sure, why
I
not?
said your name was Grapple Rock Digger.
I know my name is Grapple Rock Digger, Dirt Rag. I told you that.
Oh, dear goodness.
Never mind. Let's not worry about names.
Fine. You brought it up.
That's true. Why are you sitting beneath that dripping black gunk?
Why are you sitting beneath that dripping black gunk?
I'm not moving until the Kixie Winsy is fixed, and that's final. If dripping gunk isn't going to make me move, you sure aren't.
He's committed.
Nice stool.
There's no pool around here. What are you, blind?
Oh, I'm not gonna get into a fight with him. I'm just gonna try and be nice.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Listen, I'm sitting under a broken pipe that's dripping black goo on my head, and the gods have commanded everyone to stay away so they can't fix the problem. And you want me to be friendly? Answer all your questions with a smile? Well, I'll tell you what, until the Kixie Winsy is fixed and those gods are gone, I'm not talking to anyone. No stories,
that sounds like a
no
quest to me.
questions, nothing.
You won't talk to me until the gods are gone. I feel like I can take that on. Why don't you fix the pipes?
Why don't you fix the pipes?
It's not my job to fix it. Even if it was, I'd need something to fix it with.
I mean, surely you should help yourself out if you had the ability to do it. Well, that can be a more complicated affair than one might think. But anyway, still, there's a box labeled pipe repair on the floor.
What
Let's
about
see.
that box labeled pipe repair on the floor?
Everybody's rummaged in that box, taking what they want, without regard for the fact that the Kixie Winsy might actually need it. At one time, there were 5 pipe fittings in the box. Now there's only one.
Okay. There were 5. What exactly are you holding in your ear? Well, what became of the missing pipe
What became
fittings?
of the missing pipe fittings?
Who knows? Some folks have absolutely no consideration. They took my pipe fittings for one silly purpose or another. Did they ask my permission? Not once. Why, the gods even made off with one of them. Even if I could get those other pieces back, I'll never see that one again.
How rude. Tell you what, if I repair a pipe, will you tell me what I need to know?
Tell you what, if I repair your pipe, will you tell me what I need to know?
Why not? Fix my pipes and I'll answer your questions
Ah, we're
afterwards.
downgraded from having to make the gods go away. Oh,
I
never
don't
mind.
think very well with all of these walking lamps about.
Oh, wait a second, what exactly are you holding in your
Wait
ear?
a second. What exactly are you holding in your ear?
It helps me hear. It's...
It is indeed a pipe fitting.
I guess I got it from the box.
Oh, look at all these people just running off with the pipe fittings. I don't think the pipe helps your hearing all that much. Can I have it?
I don't think the pipe helps your hearing all that much. Can I have it?
Very well, as long as I have your word that you'll use it to repair my pipes.
What's the goal?
Will there be anything else?
Wow, okay, we're not gonna be going with all this rudeness. Let's start over. We seem to have gotten off on the wrong foot. I want to be friends with
Let's
this
start
guy.
over. We seem to have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Have you looked at your overgrown feet lately? Wrong feet are all you have.
We've got at least 2 wrong feet. Alright, you won't talk to me on the gods are gone. Isn't that an
You
awful lot
won't
to
talk
ask?
to me until the
Fits
gods
you
are
very
gone?
well.
Isn't that an
The
awful
pipe
lot
fitting?
to ask?
Who's asking you? As far as I'm concerned, you can bump your head on every tunnel ceiling you find until you realize that I'm not going to talk to you.
You are talking to us right now, but probably shouldn't be pointing out, I guess.
What's wrong with the Kixie Winsy?
A length of pipe has rotted away. I had to shut the main valve to keep it from spewing black gunk all over the place. So until the pipes are repaired,
Fair.
I can't risk reopening the valve.
Okay, why are you so grumpy?
Why are you so
well, I mean,
grumpy?
it's pretty obvious, to be honest.
That's a question. If you're trying to trick me, it won't work. I'm not saying anything.
I feel like we've had a few questions at this point. Maybe changing the subject would make you
Maybe
happier.
changing the subject would make you happier.
Not likely.
This must be a bad time. I'll talk with you later.
This must be a bad time. I'll talk with you later.
Fine. I'll just sit here under my broken pipe. You go have a nice
Oh.
life.
Oh no! It's tragic. And I was just holding his hand to his ear. Fair enough. Well, there's an elbow pipe here. Sure, we can take it. We can just run off with it. All the dwarf grumbles, but does nothing to stop you from taking the pipe fitting. Yep. Oh, this is a valve. Okay. Just gonna look at it. Large valve is attached to the tangle of pipes. You guess that it controls the flow of whatever is inside. Box is empty, I think. Small wooden box labeled pipe repair lies on the floor. Pipes. Cannot guess what their functions are. Fair enough. Okay, we've got a broken pipe here. A stretcher's pipe has rotted away, leaving 2 sections that are not connected. A steady drip from one end falls right on the old dwarf's head. This does not improve his mood. I imagine not. Okay, do we have something we can trade? I don't think we've got all we need. We gotta have a look at, I guess, the, like... hold on, let's try and put an elbow pipe on it. I don't think this is gonna work. Oh no, don't tell me. Okay, cool. Yep. It's a puzzle, alright. I'm gonna have to save. Good. Our middle name is Mario. Haplo Mario, the patron. Alright, we do have a lot of places to go to that might hold some sort of a candle holder. Ah, there is one of the so-called gods. It's a workstation of the Kixie-Wincy. Obviously the job isn't too tough, otherwise this dwarf wouldn't be asleep. A glowing figure stalks around the outside of the caves, carefully listening for anything unusual. He guards a huge flying ship docked there. Look at the dock. Elf ship. Oh. Well, this is giving us a little bit too much information. A huge flying vessel is dry docked that's outside the dwarven caves. A ladder runs up the side. Alright. The elves are playing tricks, it seems. I guess that's kinda their nature. In this case, I suppose. Two cup bells sit at the bottom of the panel. A striker is affixed beside each of them. Well, this alarm seems like it would make a lot of racket. So gauge includes a broad range of acceptable temperatures, but has a clearly defined red danger zone, the hotter extreme. And we have a panel. It seems that this station is intended to monitor the ambient temperature. It includes both temperature sensor and feedback gauge and alarm for emergency situations. Ah, okay. Alright. Fair enough. Wait, where's the sensor? Oh, that's the sensor. Okay, cool. This instrument physically senses ambient temperature. The results are shown on the gauge beside it. Fair enough. Okay. We'll come back to this a little bit later. Let's explore a little bit more. I don't really want to reveal myself to the elf yet. What's this tunnel? Oh, here they are. Massive control panel dominates the wall. This must be the brains of the Kixie-Wincy. Wow, some sort of a digging machine? Oh yeah, it is. The bizarre object sits idle on the floor. It has a giant drill-like front end. You don't see any way to control it. Two glowing figures stand around the huge control panel. They tinker with it and study the results, but you don't seem to be getting anywhere. Can't get a good look at the controls from here, and you dare not show yourself with the gods in the room. Let's look at the Kixie-Wincy. Bunch of other metal fixtures run along and through the wall. They connect the control panel with the rest of the continent-sized machine. It's gotta be a computer, right? That's like an ordinary size for a computer. Alright, well, doesn't look like we've got anything suitable necessarily here. It's a compartment, interesting. Can't get close enough. The compartment to open while the gods are here. Alright, so we need to get rid of them. Fair enough. I was hoping for something we could solve the pipe puzzle with. Oh, hold on. Let's just do one step at a time. Let's just help his mood a little bit if we can. Poop the cork on the progon pipe. He wears the cork in one end of the progon pipe, hoping that stopping the drip will cheer up the old dwarf. He simply looks up at you and scowls, disheartened to retrieve the cork. That was worth a try. I was hoping that at least... I was hoping to at least make his life at least a little bit better. Alright, we're gonna get you. We're gonna help you out. It's okay. We need this pipe. Huh. Is there anything else in here somewhere? The cupboard might have something useful in it. And then there's all the, like, the zinger stuff. Head back out. Still stormy. Alright, well, alright. I think what we're gonna try next, I don't know if you're prepared for it yet. I was hoping that we could be a bit better prepared, but let's go up here. We are, after all, magical, so let's do a little bit of magic. Cast a spell on the sensor. Let's see, spell, we will cast heat. And let's see what happens. Aha! You hang the heat rune construct in the air. As soon as you have completed the glowing lines of the spell, the temperature sensor begins to smoke. The cage's needle jumps into the danger zone and twin bell alarms sound. This rudely awakens a sleeping dwarf who immediately panics. Commotion attracts a glowing guard who is covering his ears in pain. He is very sensitive by hearing. He screams at the dwarf to stop the alarm, but the dwarf appears as helpless as the guard. Alright, nice. He's trying to help out, and we're just gonna sneak right on past him while he's trying to mess with him. Perfect. Right, could I redeem and save the game? Alright, we shall do so. Hearts for hearing. Oh, there was something. Hold on. Let's look. Ship's deck overlooks the dwarven caves. A rope ladder drops to the ground and stairs lead elsewhere on the ship. Can I just pick up the rope ladder? Oh, I can just climb it, unfortunately. I could use a nice rope ladder. I don't think the elves need it for anything. I got... time to exact some payment. Let's go up first. Ah! One of the non-glowing elves just snoozing. Chamber quarters the ship's wizard. It is tiny, which emphasizes how messy it is. I guess. There's wizard stuff here. The wizards collected a few papers and other bizarre objects, none of which have any use. Alright, well... The ship's wizard lies sprawled on a cot, snoring away. With every exhalation, you smell the strong odor of wine. Ah, he's been hitting the wine jug. Yeah, I'm sure he's fine. We're just gonna grab the wine jug. Oh, this might work. Bed is solid constructed from wood and bolted to the floor. it's adventure safe. What? I guess it makes sense for the ship, while it's in motion, for the bed to be bolted down. We have weird figurines here. Oh, all of them are miniature elves and all of them glow brightly. These are representations of the other gods. This is how the wizard has made them glow. Ah, that's pretty cool. So they're doing the whole, like, cast spell on the rune thing. Yeah, cast rune on the object thing, rather, I should say. Let's see. Let's cast a spell. Use magic on the figurines. Take the bed. Yes, I would love to steal the bed from under the sleeping wizard. Very much want to. Alright, spell. Let's do identify. Maybe you can learn a new rune. The figurines have been subjected to a glow spell. The statues represent the elf station inside the dwarves' tunnels. So not only does the spell keep the statues glowing, it keeps the elves glowing as well. Nice. Alright, do we have another rune now? Can we learn the glow spell? How do we do this? Cast. Let's try a few things. Use magic on the figurines. This is as I had suspected. Hold on, can I just identify? So unknown spell. Oh, identified the spell that's in here. Okay, so spell. Rune transfer, please. I want this glow spell. Ah, there's no rune of the figurines to transfer. I guess he just casts it otherwise? Unfortunate. Alright, I think we're gonna do a little bit more exploration before we cause a mess and panic. Because that is very much the thing that I intend to do. Alright, hold on. I need to actually try and take the bed. You are absolutely correct. Take the bed. You wouldn't want to wake up the sleeping wizard. No, this is gonna take the bed. We don't need to wake up the wizard. It's okay. Alright, let's see if we can go inside the elf ship. Elf ship is quite larger than one-man craft. Stairs lead up to private quarters and down in the ship's hold. We can go down. Oh, we can also go south? What is south? Oh, okay. Let's just go down then. Oh, no, this makes me very unhappy and cross. There are slaves in this room to power and guide the ship with the help of magic provided with the ship's wizard. Okay, this is upsetting. This needs to be changed right now. These slaves are the first you've ever seen of the mensch race called humans. And you're a little taken aback by the similarity they have with your own people. Aside from their mongrel hair colors and their lack of heart runes, humans appear almost identical to patrons. Well, I wonder if there might be some shared heritage there. Perhaps they're not that different from you, Haplo. You might even be able to pass yourself off as one of their kind. He wakes up, just pillow fights him. Yes. Okay, can we... Chains are thick and sturdy, they do their job well. Alright, let's just talk with these poor people. The slaves don't even look in your direction. Perhaps they are afraid of elven reprisal. More likely just too tired for conversation. Poor people. Alright, we've got oars. The wooden devices poking from the hull are not exactly oars. They control the attitude and position of the ship's wings, which navigate the vessel when aloft. Okay, at least, I don't know. Is that better? Why couldn't they just accomplish this with magic? Oh, there's Duke. He's a separate person. I actually look at Duke first. One slave comports himself with a touch of dignity. His clothes may have once been fine, but have been long worn into rags. I don't like the way they've been treating all of these people. Alright, let's see if we can chat up Duke. Certainly not. Most definitely not. We're gonna be causing all kinds of trouble for the elves. No sneaking on board. I'm here to rescue you. First things first, who are you? Stares intently and then sighs. King Stephen's cousin. Andrews. It's an interesting use they've made of, like, the king's cousin, it seems. Who are these other people? Oh no. I don't think he gets to leave. What a waste of people. They could be so much more. I'm gonna try and see if I can give them the chance. I'll just rescue all of them. Just saying. If King Stephen knew you were here, would he rescue you? Brightens up. Ah. Reaches in the lining of the Saturn check. Gold signet ring. Okay. So why are you here? Okay, so we have a war. Oh, that's why he's stuck in here. Interesting that he's chosen to stay here. We have a whole world of water. Like, a literal plane of water exists. But I guess these people don't have, like, free transit between them. Yeah, they're taking them for a ride, all right. Game sounds broken again? Oh, thank you. That's okay. Auto reset on it because I'm gonna set audio restart for all devices and that should keep it from happening. I don't usually have that on because it can lead to problems if I don't have an interface like that's supposed to be configured but it's not active at the time and causes some really weird stuff. But I think for the moment that should help. Appreciate that call out. A slight pleading expression creeps into his eyes. Alright, so I would very much like to help them. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, this is... Is this where the humans live? Okay, so that's the signet ring. The green gem is mounted in engraved gold. The royal seal surrounds the stone. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna try a little something just in case. I'm a little bit concerned because it's a metal manacle and it conducts heat. Well, let's see if we can concentrate a little bit of heat on a particular part of it. I'm very sorry if this goes wrong. Oh no, I'm sorry. The slave endures the torture stoically. They're probably used to much worse. No, I was trying to help. I'm sorry. That was definitely not intended. Fair enough. We can't just melt them. And we need a better way to deal with this. Alright, that was not entirely successful. But we have other paths to pursue to help these people out. The question goes, do we want to do this already or later? Alright, let's see if we can cause a little bit of additional chaos. I'm worried that they might leave, and then the guy might be lost, or all of them might be lost. I'm gonna go up. Alright, let's see if we can do a little bit of something about their magic spell. I'm gonna put the shirt on the figurines, and hopefully we'll be able to blank out the light that they're shining, and perhaps they will be revealed as something very different than gods. You drape the light, drape the black shirt over the glowing figurines, but find the light is bright enough to shine through the shirt despite its color. Okay. Interesting. We need something more. Just an inky black shirt is not enough. Alright, well, we have other things we can pursue. Oh, what? You walk over the ladder, but notice the guard has returned to his post. You'll never guess. As far as the dwarven cave with the guards there. Panel is still available. Alright, cool. Cast magic at the panel. Cast magic missile at the panel. Alright, let's apply a little bit of heat. Even from this distance, you can vaguely make out the vital parts of the panel. You send the heat spell against the sensor, and as predictable, the alarm goes off and the dwarf starts screaming, and the figure leaves his post. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted to happen. You find it quite easy to sneak by the guard while it's busy trying to get the alarm to stop. This is a workstation for the Kixie-Wincy. Trying to work on the panel to lessen the alarm to no effect. Dwarf is even less useful. He's yowling and waving his arms around in the air. I don't suppose we can actually talk to him. No. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, I think we maybe we have one path forward here. Let's see. If we can give a wine jug to Limbeck.
Yes,
You know, the wine jug
that's very
towards
nice.
Limbeck. He's done very interested. Oh, alright. Put candle in the wine jug. No. Candle won't fit through the neck of the wine jug. Huh. Okay. Alright, wine jug. Get some more ink, I guess. Let's see. Can possibly fit the wine jug in the ink jug. Okay, I mean, fair, but I would like to put ink in the wine jug. Okay, no? You have to be holding the ink jug before you can put it on the wine jug. What? Take it? No? Huh. Interesting. Elbow pipe? Okay. Perhaps that's not the way to go about it then. Put wine jug on cupboard? Okay, no. Alright, well, in that case, we do have a new place to pursue. In that case, as an option, let's just use the steering wheel and we'll do a little bit of navigation. Let's go check out King Stephen's castle. And hopefully we'll be able to bring in some help. Alright, we have arrived at our destination. Alright, let's check out what does it look like in the human kingdom. Off to the north, you see a splendid castle, although it is built more like a fortress. Well, they do seem to be engaged in warfare, so I guess that's all understandable. Got trees. King's Forest is comprised of a combination of wild and cultivated trees. Oh, they're maintaining the trees, interesting. Castle is constructed of stone, a stout fortress designed to repel invaders. Alright, well, let's go inside. 2 sentries guard this gate to the castle. A path winds around the castle wall. We can pass quite nicely for a human in this case, it looks like. Can we just talk to the guards, I wonder?
Why are you sneaking around on royal grounds, knave? What's your
Knave! Calling them a blackguard? I don't have time to speak with subordinates. Let me through, I'm on a royal mission. Never mind your intimidating presence has overawed me to the point where I'm totally forgotten why I came here. Oh, no. We're gonna see if we can flip our way through. Oh, it's actually kind of true.
I don't have time to speak with subordinates. Let me through. I'm on a royal mission.
You don't have time to talk to me, huh? What a coincidence. I've just used up all of the time I've allotted for
oh, the back part.
Have a nice trip back to wherever you came from. Just make sure you start your journey very quickly.
Oh dear. Well, you have made a big mistake. Let's see, show the ring to the guards. You hand the Duke's ring to the nearest guard. He examines it carefully and then eyes you with suspicion. Somewhat forcefully, he offers to escort you inside. The tone has changed. It doesn't seem to you that you have much choice. Soon you enter the royal throne room. There we go, hey. Easy way, all the way to the king. You stand in front of the King Stephen himself. Once a renowned warrior, he's older now, but remains a powerful and formidable man. He shuns royal robes in favor of battle armor, as if he's ready to lead his troops to war at any second. He sits comfortably on this throne and looks at you with a light smile. Beside him hovers a brown-robed wizard. He casually introduces himself as Trian, the royal magician, while at the same time he watches you warily.
What do we have here? A brigand who's stolen my cousin's signet ring? Someone who has kidnapped the Duke? What do you want from me, ransom? I must warn you, I don't deal with traitors to the crown. It's hard to talk business with someone who's missing a head. Now that we've dispensed with
we're getting a nice and positive...
Tell me why you're here.
Positive response here, and welcome. All of this just makes you think of the movie Holy Grail. Should we have taken a few steps back and tried to run at them again, Rogue? Aha! Nothing for now. Thanks for your time. We'll be leaving. I just picked up the ring outside. Figured it was lost and found. Oh no. Your cousin gave it to me. Substantiate my story. If you'll allow me a couple of words in between threats, I'll relate the facts. Oh, that is strong. I'm a ring salesman. Do you like my sample? Holy heck. Can I say? I don't think I can say right now. I'm very tempted. Oh, screw it. I'm gonna do it anyway.
I'm a ring salesman. Do you like my sample?
This
Well,
ring
the
is
delivery
no
is very
problem.
good.
I had it checked before summoning you. Quit wasting my time. Tell me how that ring came into your possession and be quick about it.
Sass! Sass! I like it. Alright, let's go with the real reason now.
Your cousin gave it to me to substantiate my story. If you'll allow me a couple words between threats, I'll relate the facts.
Indulge yourself, my friend. I'm all ears.
Perfect. I was wondering how you kept that crown from flipping over your eyes. Oh. Alright, well, it's like this. I'll talk while I'm under pressure. Sarah would have killed you? Yes, it would have. Yes, they most definitely would have ended up dead with that one. But it was too priceless. I loved it.
Well, it's like this.
You explain Duke Andrews is rotting in the slave galley on Drevlin. You're quick to add that you can't guarantee how long the ship will remain there. That was definitely a concern of mine. You suggest that the king sends his forces to rescue the Duke immediately.
I appreciate the information, but there's little I can...
Really?
Drevlin is the elves' main source of water. They guard it jealously. My armies wouldn't make it anywhere near the ship that Andrews is trapped aboard.
Alright. Seems like you've got to cough up some sort of a reward for us to save him then. This kind of seems like the kind of a situation where you very much need us.
There is another way. If my cousin is out of the elves' clutches, we will be able to free him. Somehow you have a way to get in and out of Drevlin undetected. Return
We sure do.
Get that slave ship to lift off, to go back to the tribe.
Oh.
I don't know how, but you must do it.
Okay, that seems like a really risky way to deal with things, but okay, I guess. I hope you've got some way to track him, because you're gonna lose him otherwise.
Their ships traditionally follow a route through space that I control.
Ah.
We will set an ambush for it. As soon as we see the frigate, we'll box it in. Those ships are usually manned by skeleton crews. We shouldn't have any trouble wresting control. After the ship is ours, we'll bring it here and free all of the slaves on board, including my cousin. You are now my agent.
You are now my agent.
I'll make it worth your while.
Ah, there's the
I'll
reward.
inform my men that you represent my authority, just so you won't run into any trouble. We are at war, you know, and my men are very suspicious of potential spies. Good luck, my friend. I hope to see you back here soon.
Alright, cool. Guards, a little less rough with this time. Escort you out of the castle and back to the main gates. Ah, that did not gain us any inventory items.
Just because King
talk
Stephen
then?
made you an agent and gave you run of the palace grounds doesn't mean I have to like you. You can do what you want, but leave us alone.
Ha! Can't touch me. Alright, is there anything else we can do here? We have established a way for them to at least like if we get the ship to lift off, then they can capture it. Though that's makes me happier. That seems safer. What's on the left? Oh, this is interesting. Does this have a random wooden window on the castle wall? This seems unsafe. A window in the castle wall is covered by a warped wooden shutter. Bushes and trees have overgrown the path. Okay, what is this item? There's a shear here. Not shears. Specifically not shears, but a shear. Half of a set of oldie, rusty garden shears. The connecting bolt sticks out of the center. Okay. Shear. Cut the bushes with the shear. You trim one of the near bushes into the shape of a strange bird standing on one long thin leg. Nice! Nice! For some reason its color looks wrong now. It's gotta go pink, right? I love the fact that we made a bird! We made an artistic bird. Aw, 3 cheers. Aw, thank you, Rogue. Whatever for. Either way, it's appreciated. Can we just open the shutter? Through a crack between the shutter and the wall, you spy a stout bar on the other side. It holds the shutter closed. Oh, shears for cheers. Ah, yeah. All right. I see. Okay, here's the bar. Let's lift the bar with the shear. There we go. Convenient way to just like we've got the means to break in and enter just lying around. You know, that may not go so well for you. You slide the guard and shear into the crack made by the warp shatter just under the bar on the other side. With a quick flick of your wrist, you lift the bar out of its brace and send it clattering to the floor. It sounds like we've done this before. Braced upon wrist? Yes. Yes, indeed. Right, let's open the shutter. Shutter creaks in progress as you swing it open on its worn and rusty hinges. Let's enter. Surely the guards can. Be bothered by us. Anyway, as you start to open the shutter, you see someone enter the room beyond. For some reason, the resolution also got dropped quite a bit. You close the shutter to its original position to watch the approaching figure through the crack. When he gets further into the room, you recognize as Patryn, King Stephen's royal wizard. Patryn walks up to a tapestry hung on a wall with a fluid expert motion weaves a rune construct in the air. I hope we're making notes. The spell sinks in the tapestry and somehow changes the image. It looks perhaps a bit more real than it did before, and Patryn walks right into the picture and becomes a part of it. He speaks with another figure inside, an elf prisoner in a dungeon, and then departs, both the tapestry and room. Immediately, tapestry fades back to a dull imitation of reality, no longer a doorway into another world. Interesting. What's going on here? This may be a second crash. I love the fact that even the Deathgate manual says, okay, hold on, it's number 1 point. Magic is important. Accumulating and using magic spells is an important element in Deathgate. Sure. But number 2, crime pays. Take everything that isn't nailed down. I love the fact that the manual just like, nope, really, just steal absolutely everything. Literally anything that isn't nailed down. So that does not include the wizard's bed, I guess. Let me reboot real quick. I think we saved relatively recently, and we can like, restore. Yes. Do. Elves in a sack. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna have to do a little bit of fast forwarding. Cast the magic spell on the panel. Spell, heat. Just to be able to exit. We can go. Hold on. Did we already talk? Okay, we do have this. You have the ring. Okay, alright. I think we did already talk to him in that case. We couldn't get anything else here additionally yet. Head on over to Stephen's castle. Sounds like a food place or something, I don't know.
Why are you sneaking around on royal grounds, knave?
Knave! Let's just call him a blackguard, why not?
I'm not sneaking. And who are you calling a knave, blackguard?
That's a form of the word guard I'm not fond of. Who are you calling a blackguard, varlet?
Oh, who are you calling? Oh, this is Monkey Island.
Who are you calling a varlet, ruffian?
Who are you calling a ruffian, scoundrel?
Oh, I love this. I'm actually glad we went back now.
Who are you calling
rogue?
A scoundrel, rogue?
Who are you calling a rogue, rapscallion?
Who are you calling a rapscallion, thug?
I love it.
Thug,
this is so good.
Who are you calling a miscreant, cad?
Who are you calling
it's
a
rogue,
cad,
yeah.
Who are you calling a
How many did they record?
Who are you calling a scamp, scapegrace?
Scapegrace? That's not what I've heard before.
Who are you calling a scapegrace, cur?
Cur, you're resorting to animal references? Well, I'm all out of insults anyway. What the heck do you want?
Oh, I like this game. Alright, it's just no time to speak to subordinates.
I don't have time to speak with subordinates. Let me through. I'm on a royal mission.
You don't have time to talk to me.
That's right. We don't have time to finish that sentence.
What do we have?
Ah, yes.
I'm a
ring salesman.
Do you like my sample?
This ring is no counterfeit. I had it checked before summoning you.
Ah,
Quit wasting my
yes.
time. Tell me how that ring...
Alright,
Your cousin gave it to me to
Indulge.
Well, it's...
I appreciate the information, but there's little I can do. Drevlin is the elves' main source.
yep.
There is a... There's... You are...
Alright, cool. Guards a little less roughly this time, escort you out of the castle. I feel like they might be a little bit upset at us. Oh, that was so good. That was unreasonably good. Okay, must make bird. There we go. Trim one into a flamingo. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Here and lift the bar. All right. Okay. At this point, I think we save just in case. Gonna see if I can skip this. And crossing my fingers, hoping that it actually loads in. May have a problem. Okay, interesting. Well, this was pretty much at the the time I was thinking about finishing for tonight anyway. I'm gonna figure out a way for us to get across this spot off stream. So I'm actually gonna remember to increase the crashes counter. Either way, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for hanging out. It is so much fun to share this with you all. I'm having a good time, and I hope you are having a good time too. I hope to catch you later. Yeah, please feel free to throw in a follow to join me on some further adventures. I'd love to see you. And we're gonna go have a raid.